What's up, guys? Welcome to your 39th Android tutorial for the new Boston. What we're going to do in this tutorial is basically set up a new class. As you can see, I've already done it for the most part. And what we're going to do is call this class Camera. And again, what I want you guys to do is go into your menu class, change one of those string variables to our class name Camera, and then also set it up in the manifest. Now, I've basically set up sorry, I'm cleaning up some stuff that I was just practicing. I make sure I got this application set up right for the most part. I basically set up the general setup for any activity that we have set up so far. I created the onCreate method, and then I set the content view to that XML layout we just set up, and I also initialized or created this method called initialize. That's where I set up all my references, and I also set up my onClick listeners. Now, as you can see, I said this, so we need to implement and create an onClick method for the most part. I just wanted to show you guys that because you guys might have some trouble setting that up. For the most part, I've gotten emails sometimes when I do tutorials like this. So again, we say implement view.onClickListener, and we try and import that for the most part. And it's giving us an error and we can't do anything. We're like, what's going on? What I like to do is just basically type out view for the most part, and then let's see if we can import it like that. Yeah, just hover over it after you type view within your actual class. Then you just hit import view, delete this here, and then it's pretty much good to go. If not, it'll just ask you to change this to onClick listener and delete the view sometimes, but hopefully that's good to go. I just want to show you guys that that's how you get rid of that error for the most part. And now we can say add unimplemented methods, and I just copied and pasted because I set up basically a switch that would take in, well, I need to change it now, take in the view that was pressed, get the ID, and determine whether it is the set wallpaper button or again the take the picture button. So basically same kind of setup we've done already, but now what we're going to do is we're going to basically get our application to take a picture and return some data. So what we want to do is we're going to kind of use the same process that we did for our, I forgot what we made for our email application. So we're going to open an intent, and we're going to set the intent equal to basically the camera application. So we're going to say we're going to define our intent up above our classes so we can use it in multiple methods. So we're going to say intent I is what we're going to call this intent, and then within the take picture switch in case that you guys will set up, just hit I equals new intent, just like we've always done. And basically the camera application is in our manifest. We don't see it, but it has an action name. So we're going to refer to the action name of the camera by going android.provider media store. Basically all our media is within the media store package or class. Then we hit dot, and we have some choices. We can either get a camera capture, or I'm sorry, a image capture or video capture for action. So we're going to use image capture because we're going to take a picture and then try and get that data back. So now what we need to do is basically start our intent. So we're going to say start activity, but we want it to return some data to us. For the most part, we want to get the picture that was taken. So instead of just saying start activity, we're going to say start activity for result. And this is an actual method. I didn't make this one up. It kind of looks like something I make up. But we're going to start an activity for a result. And then within the brackets, what we're going to do is we're going to set up our intent. And then we're going to hit a comma and basically set up a variable that we're going to collect that's going to collect the data. And it's going to be an integer type variable. So we're going to say camera data is what we're going to call this variable. And we're going to set this up. Since we don't have a variable yet called camera data, we're going to again set this up above our classes. So we're going to say int for integer and camera data, and we're actually going to set this equal to 0, and you guys also need to say final static, which will basically mean it's going to stay. I mean, don't worry about that, again, that's for Java for the moment, but basically we set up an integer variable that's equal to 0, and then we're going to start an activity for the result and pass in an intent, which will be opening our camera activity, and then we're going to get some data back from the most part. I'll show you guys how to get that data back in the next tutorial. Hope you guys watch and enjoy. So have a good one, and see you then.